deck. This is your Leo weekly reading for November 18th. And we have an eclipse tomorrow. So my gift to you is a general quick taste of what energy is coming up your way using 3 decks, doing your general spread and a moon reading and a little follow-up. Let's shuffle a little bit and see what's going on for Leo. Heavy energy going on out there right now. I know I've been getting mental illness has been at the top of the list for not just clients, but also for those surrounding my clients and how they're navigating these mental breaks and these different kinds of situations. So pay attention to that. Drug abuse and mental health awareness is kind of a huge topic right now energetically. All right, let's see what's going on for you, dear Leo. Page of Wands, Lovers, 3 of Coins, miscommunication, 3 of Wands, sorry, it's 3 of Swords and the Strength card. So with the Page of Wands popping out first, there's an education or learning period for you that's going on. It might even be a small class, some continuing education, or something in which you're learning a new modality. I can tell you that you're having a hard time with communication lately. You've got the 3 of Swords, that's Mercury in play. I can tell you also that you're frustrated with things in such a way that you're willing to walk away. We have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords, I always call that my bitch card because that Queen of Swords can often be somebody who's so direct and so incredibly forward that people can take offense on occasion. The Queen of Swords in this deck, I often say that because there's minor differences between one kind of deck and another and what the artist rendition is in their meaning. And this one in particular, the Queen of Swords talks about walking away from a dead tree, leaving something behind that doesn't serve you. This is going to make things exponentially easier for you. It's a conflicting, place to be. For some of us, that means that we have to walk away from family dynamics that are toxic or abusive. For others, it just means, setting a limit. So some of us, it's not even about the family dynamic. It's about ourselves where we have to withdraw or just recognize that our energy isn't improving things. I can tell you that Leo's feeling slightly emotional lately with the Knight of Cups here. So the Knight of Cups has to do with emotional, that's almost immature or juvenile in its way, so you don't feel you have as much control as you once had with your emotions, so they kind of feel like they're all over the place. And that's the Knight of Cups, feeling like these emotions are bubbling up and that you don't have this control that you once had. We have the Queen of Wands in play too, and that's our card for being more aware of the leadership that we have to take ourselves, where we have to literally be the one to say what it is that we want. Unless you speak to it, and this is a huge lesson for me lately too, is, sitting in meditation. Why don't I have these things that I want more of? And I hear the universe answering, and my higher self say, did you ask? And so I'm really practicing with asking exactly what it is I'm wanting in my life. It's interesting to me. I was also thinking about service today too, which I'll be writing a blog a little later, right? So there is this Queen of Wands. So that's leadership and direction. The 3 of Pentacles talks to us about having too much work to do, and we're a little tired, not too much, not too overwhelming. Balance is coming for you though. So this is your end result card. If you can just focus on gratitude and what's coming to you and the positivity for now, this is the end result card, which is like perfect balance, right? This is the 10 of Cups, internal and external balance. You will go through a period of you will go through a period of intensity. You might even have some travel on board right now that you're looking for money to put toward. And you have the 3 of Cups, which is celebration. So just trust that things are going to get a little bit easier for you right now. After this week, it'll just kind of blow over a little bit. But there is some intensity, both indicated by the Chariot card and the Lovers card. Now, the Lovers card is often attributed to being the one that you have this balance, right? But ultimately, it's like that dichotomy and that duality. So we were struggling. So we have the 2 horses here. We're trying to pull them into alignment to get them to do the things that we want. And then we have the Lovers card, which is that opposing energy that comes in, right? And then we have this conflict in order to accomplish it first. And it's just usually emotionally dynamic, right? So with that in play, I would have to say the most concerning thing that you have in your brain right now is this 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands is our card for feeling like you're on the hot seat. So perhaps there's somebody out there that is critical and you don't want to expose yourself to them because they can take it to the walls. I know how that feels. As soon as you I always call it ammo. Like if you give somebody the right kind of ammo, or even there are certain individuals within my family dynamic, it doesn't matter if you say, I had a nice day, that can still be used against you. I remember telling somebody, oh, everything's great, I'm loving it, blah, blah, blah. And then it was, wow, all she wanted to do was talk about herself. So my giving platitudes in order to keep this conversation superficial and light turned into me being a superficial person. So at those points, we recognize that no matter what we say, no matter what we do, this individual is going to come to a conclusion so far out of the realm of what's normal, natural, and really going on, then it's useless to talk to these individuals. Ta-da! 3 of Swords, miscommunication. And it takes an inordinate amount of strength to deal with these individuals. Strength. So what is strength but wisdom? What is strength but repetition? Think about going into the gym. How many times does it take? I can't be around people. I can't be so Gloria's saying, I can't be myself around some people. I take it this way. I can't share certain things with some people. I can be myself anywhere. But ultimately, when it comes to, what kind of energy I want to dump into something, I reserve that for myself. It's just not worth emptying it out and for it to be useless. What is it? Do not cast pearls before swine. It's just, they're not going to understand what it's even useful for, or even perceive it for what it's useful for. This one, eat it. Can I consume it? That's what most people just want to know. That's what I take away from that. So like right here, we have the strength card. I want you to think about going to the gym. When you go to the gym, ultimately, we start out feeling pretty weak, but if we do something often enough, we gain an acuity with it, and we do get stronger. And that's what strength is about. But this is mental acuity, emotional IQ, where you're coming to a place where you no longer want to have these miscommunications, and you want to do better with it. So, however, pressure galvanizes us. We can't learn these lessons without duality, dichotomy, conflict. So we can galvanize and get yourself a little bit more in alignment with what it is you're supposed to do by learning what you're not supposed to be doing, or learning what you don't want. I know oftentimes people are like, well, I asked for this and I got this. Well, now you know you don't want that. And you can say, I want this and this and this. However, they must also include these things in order for it to get closer to what it is I want. So even the near misses are lessons, right? So let's see here. I want you to focus on these 2 things, though, as I put these cards up and move on to your moon reading. Is the 10 of Cups talks about internal and external balance. Cups is love. Love has to do with emotion. So we have this 10 of Cups, and then we have the 6 of Swords. So this is my promise to you that things are going to lighten up. In this card's presence here, he's letting go of the swords that he was holding in his hand to use as weapons. So what would that feel like when you get to actually let go of that pressure? Release. Resistance is persistent. So the more you feel like you have to work at something, the more that it's, you're having to navigate and actually do physical work, the more you allow things to go and flow, the easier they'll be for you. Let's pull some cards for you from Mystic Dreamer. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Karina. I am not doing personal one-on-ones today. If you want to book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. Please join me on my YouTube channel, which is Karma on Deck as well. I would love your company there. There is a picture-in-picture video there, so you can actually see the cards in motion if I forget to pull them up for you. So on my website, you will find classes, mentoring, and coaching. Coaching is for those that are really committed to getting strong results in a shorter period of time. Some commit to a year, 6 months, or 3, or 1. However, my spiritual mentorship is a taste of the spiritual practices. I give you a little bit of meditation because that is the keystone to making any of this work, right? The other portion is a little astrology, a little tarot, and a little Reiki, energy work, meditation, and a couple tools. The purpose isn't to teach you these tools in order to dive in and go do work with them, but they are to give you resources to navigate your life, and also a little taste, a sampling, a appetizer, so to speak, in order for you to decide whether these tools are for you. In my meditation, I don't teach you what to meditate on or what goals you have, but more give you technique so that you can utilize it and begin to grow. Everybody is a different seed, so I'm always surprised at what beautiful things transpire from teaching meditation technique. So if you're encouraged by any of that and you're inspired, please hit me up, karmaondeck.com. Tarot 101 is also out there. That's going to be eventually an online course. Okay, so let's get started on the Leo moon. Wheel of Fortune is the first thing that comes up. Family's next. Five of Wands is an argument. King of Pentacles, and then Four of Pentacles. That exact sentence really begs the question of whether you're anticipating a family argument or a family conflict, because Wheel of Fortune is time and time again, right? Is the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is family dynamic, nostalgia, wanting things to go back to a more beautiful way of thinking. However, we have the Four of Pentacles here at the end of this. The Four of Pentacles is the card for, thank you, Glorious, is the feeling cheated or feeling like victimized by these individuals. This might even be a father figure, so to speak, with the King of Pentacles in play. But these are very overwhelming energies. They're exhausting. They're a burden. Look at this. You want to walk away from things. You have the Seven of Cups. I don't know why I'm saying family, but this might be a family dynamic for you. Ten of Wands, which is burden. Carrying too much of this weight, carrying too much of other people's shit. Look here. This is wanting to walk away. It's overwhelmed. It's not one, it's many. And then we have the Ten of Wands. Which straw is going to break the camel's back? So using mental acuity, using EQ here, we have the King of Cups. That's your way to navigate these next few steps. Ace of Wands is also. So here's the thing. You're at a crossroads right now. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You have the Fool card. Crossroads. You have the Ace of Wands, decisions. Things aren't exactly how you want them to be. Cosmo, stop yelling. Peekaboo. He wanted a kiss. So I have the Four of Cups. Things are in front of you and you're not enjoying them very much. Behind you is another cup where it's like, I really wish things would go back to the way they were. I'm hoping that I can acquire some of that beautiful energy right here where I was talking. Peekaboo. We have the Six of Cups, like these memories that we have. We really want them to go back to the way we experience them. We can bring those qualities back. We just have to do a little bit of a redesign. I do have the question for you though, Leo. What is it you're doing about your anxiety? So another lesson I'd like to express is oftentimes we have anxiety because we are resistant to making a decision. We're so petrified of making a mistake that when we make a decision, we feel like it's concrete and set in stone and immovable and changeable, and we're on this path forever. But once you allow yourself the fluidity of realizing I'm going to try this and commit to it and give it a try, and if it doesn't work, I have liberty to change my mind a little bit. So indecision is kind of killing you here. Two of Pentacles. You're unsure which path it is you want to go. Indecision will kill you. And that's been the theme for your whole reading, also for Libra, interestingly enough, but you guys are on the same day, so energetically it's pretty similar. Let's pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. Sorry. Yeah, Divination of the Ancients. I always get the deck names wrong. And we'll wrap up for today. I'm glad I got at least 2 done. I'm trying to get all 12 signs done this week and get me back on track. Been out of the loop for quite a while. Direction. Ta-da! I just said this. So this card here is footprints or direction. So pick a path. I mean, even if you're wrong, choosing a path really will teach you the lessons you need, and you might be right. It's 50-50 chance, guys. You got to take a chance and roll the dice once in a while. But what direction is it you're taking? If you can see where you're going, you don't look at each sidewalk square to the corner. You just go to the corner. So get up and go, Leo. You guys have a lot to shine for right now. Your complicated reading has kind of got a lot going on with, there's a lot of details that are going on. And so ultimately, major cards are largely in play for you. All right, so I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hold the line. We have an eclipse coming up and a full moon is a great time for celebration and recalibration. I send you love and light. Please like, subscribe, share, anything that you choose to do to support. I appreciate it. These are all free readings that I do on my YouTube about 20 hours a week. So if you share, that helps me get my name out there. I absolutely do not believe in advertising. I don't even do very much production. I come in, say my thing, and go. I always feel like if there's too much production, when I'm watching something, the first thing I think is, what is it you're trying to sell me? So I just get to work. So if you could do that for me,